Hey, happy Mask Monday. I have another quick tip for you. All right, how y'all doing? So today we're gonna be doing a quick tip on just cleaning the airbrush. I'm gonna be using the Pache H, my favorite airbrush and pretty much the only one that I use these days. So I wanna start with just kind of how you should just be cleaning it, like in between colors, basically. As I've said a bunch of times, if you're using the latex-based paint, you only wanna use distilled water to clean it. And so this is just assuming I just finished painting with one color and now I wanna paint a different color. I'm just doing a really quick kind of put it in there, dump it out. Just really kind of flush it, basically. This other big time key is putting it on the tip and back bubbling it. So that's just total, just straight up water. There's no paint in there anymore. That's cleaned out enough to go ahead and go in. I can set this down and not be worried about it kind of sticking and clumping up and all that. I can just move on to the next one. So let's go ahead and jump in. We'll take this apart and we'll start cleaning out all these pieces. Earlier, I set this cup that's got a lot of latex buildup and stuff. It's been soaking in mostly pretty much all alcohol. All right, so first this cup, it's just gonna get pulled out like that. And then Allen wrench. Don't pull this little bit all the way out. It can just stay in there. Just pull out, just loosen it enough to where now you can push that way. That's like loose, so just kind of unscrew it. Typically, if you have like a really nasty clog or whatever, and you have to take it apart to fix it, you're only gonna have to take this stuff off, because it'll build up in this shield, and that can be pretty annoying and get in the way of cleaning it. So I'm going to clean that as well. You know, this isn't insanely dirty. It's kind of nasty, but it's not, you know, and it's got like some clumps and stuff in there. And first I like to flush it. I'll just put the distilled water up against it, or you can use the alcohol. Then I'm gonna go in here with the pipe. Try to clean that inner wall totally off. So now I have all that kind of water and alcohol all over it. It's like, you know, just wet. So I'm just gonna go in and clean it off with the paper towel. And you can see where it gets all this nasty gunk like in the threading and at the base of this. There's a few different ways you can go at it. A lot of times I like to use these little tweezers. There we go. So that's what was clogging up the airbrush, is this big nasty chunk of latex. Just gonna give it another flush. All right, that's pretty clean in there. Once it gets to a point where it's so messed up that I can't just like flush the crap out of it, then you gotta kind of open it up and just see what's wrong. And I just put some alcohol on it and just kind of ran the pipe cleaner through it, and now it looks brand new. It's super clean. This piece gets clogged up a lot. That's really gonna be the issue, is latex bits and stuff like kind of curing and getting all nasty and clumpy inside of this cone. So once again, I'm gonna flush it out. I'll start with one of the bigger size pipe cleaners, and now I'll spray with water. So you can see already that the water's not spraying everywhere anymore. It's all going through. So then I can go to the smaller one, push that all the way through. You can see that came all the way out, and now I can kind of spin that and then grab it and pull off all that junk. And just in my kind of handling of it and like the alcohol and the water being all over it, this outside is already a lot cleaner. A little alcohol. In a way, I'll kind of dry the inside off a little bit, I guess, with these pipe cleaners. Just try to scrape any remaining bits. That is these 3 components cleaned. These are good to go. I don't think I would have any issue just putting this back into the airbrush and spraying more paint. You can still see all that latex build up nasty crap all over it. But this has been soaking in basically alcohol. I think I put a little bit of water and I think a little bit of this 50/50 Windex solution. And this can be good to clean it out too. I don't do it too often, but putting some Windex in there can help clean it pretty well. A lot of times people don't like using it because it has ammonia in it. The ammonia is actually, I think anyways, why it helps clean out the latex so well, because there's a lot of ammonia in latex, and so using this, it kind of will help clean it. You can see there's all this gross junk and stuff on it. It's just gonna come right off with your fingers, or you can grab a paper towel or a rag would probably be a really good thing to use. So here's a spot right here where it's in that crevice, so it's hard to get it. I can get it with my fingernail or whatever, but I can also, again, take the pipe cleaner and just stick it into there where my finger can't get. This has no bearing in your airbrush working correctly. Like obviously that can get really, really built up and nasty, and that's fine. Again, I'm just doing a deep cleaning of everything right now, but you do want to do this eventually because, again, it's just like the more latex is on this, the faster the other latex that gets on it is gonna cure, because it's gonna cure next to that latex. So again, outside pretty much clean now, but so the inside's really gross in there. There's a lot of moon goon latex in there. So I'm just gonna stick my finger in there. I wanna try to have the latex that I'm pulling out kind of fall out, pull all that crap out. Yeah, I'm just kind of rolling my finger and just getting all that stuff to clump up. Same way that I flushed this, I'm gonna flush this as well. And again, this has been soaking for a while, so any grossness stuff in there should come out pretty easily. And do this with your finger, some alcohol, paper towel. There's like a little lip, keeps the paint in a little bit as you're kind of tilting, it doesn't fall out right away. The issue is when you pour out the paint or whatever, a lot of paint gets built up into that crevice. There's this little spot that the latex likes to collect on either side of where that kind of pipe comes in. So I'm just gonna use the wooden, again, toothpick would be perfect for this. You know, you can't really see what's going on in there, but I'm just scraping all that gunk out of the crevice around it, because the other latex, the liquid that I'm pulling through, it's gonna start curing and it's gonna clog that up right around there. So I wanna keep that as clean as possible, because if it's just straight metal, the latex isn't gonna have much to grab onto. I could go further with this. It's a lot cleaner than it was before. Yeah, spray that out. And this thing is fresh. You can start all the way over with that and building up a bunch of nasty gunk all over your airbrush again. So yeah, that's gonna do it for cleaning your Pache airbrush. Hopefully it helped out. Like, share, subscribe, visit us at nightmaretoys.com, and we'll see you next week for another Mask Monday.